Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching from. Welcome to Paradigm Kings 2023. We are back with round 7 of this 8-game match, and IM Watu is with the black pieces, and IM has the white pieces this morning, of course, leading this match. But before we delve into the players that are actually playing this game, let's welcome our special guest today, Prushina. She said she's going to help me with the pronunciation of her surname as well. But she's our special guest here today in support of Min. She's all the way from Hungary. So welcome. Please give us some more information about yourself.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are doing well. And I am Prushina Santavarga, and happy to be here. I am from Hungary, just like Min, so I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, he needs some support because we've only had some South African guests on the show, and as a whole watching this match. So I think it's quite exciting to have you here on the opposing team for me. Yeah. So we do have some people here in the chat. Dan the Man Crow and Zefru. So hi everybody, welcome to today. So I know some of you might be new to this variant. It is Paradigm Chess 30. It is a variant created by Lorenzo van Niekerk and Craig Willenberg, both from South Africa. And over here we have different starting positions. So you'll see that there's a dragon bishop, of course, but before we get into that, the pieces don't start on their original starting squares. There are 30 different possible positions because the king and the two rooks start on their original squares, but the other pieces shuffle. And then, of course, the main attraction of this variant is that dragon bishop with the wings that you see over there. I see it's got a little claw as well, 2 claws on the side and some scales. That's great.
Yes.
So yes, the dragon bishop moves like a bishop, as it has in its name, but it also moves like a Chinese horse. So that means that is that horse from Chinese chess. So it moves quite similarly to the knight, but it cannot jump. So at the moment, both of those dragons for white cannot jump because there's a piece in front of it. But if that piece, either the knight on d2 moves away or the pawn on b2 moves away, all of a sudden that dragon bishop can jump like a knight. So we're going to see it in the game. These players are definitely going to make use of the dragons. They are well oiled with this variant, and in fact they are the top 2 players in the entire world of this variant. And so I like to call it the World Championships. So so yeah, so
Well, it is.
definitely. So it's an 8 game match. And we're at round 7 already with the scores in Min's favor. He's got 4.5, so he's essentially won the match already. But of course, Watu wants to fight back with these 2 rounds left, and just put something more on the board as well.
Yes, makes sense. And of course, it makes the championship more exciting, I believe, to watch more of these games. And I can't say. Hopefully, he will improve this result because I'm in favor of Min. But since he won it, it would be nice to make it a little bit closer.
Yes.
So.
But I must say that the scores do not reflect the level of play. I mean, both players have been doing phenomenal. And as you will see, hopefully, in today's games, tables can turn in a matter of 2 moves because the dragon bishops are just so dynamic. We usually do see somebody expanding a little bit more in the center, having a little bit more space, and I see Min today is the one that's pushed a little bit further, has a little bit more space for the dragon bishops. He's also usually the one putting the arrows on the board over there while he's playing, just to give us an idea of the way he's thinking. But then at the same time, the opponent usually finds some interesting way to just have a breakthrough as well, and then his pieces come to life. So it's never easy looking at this. I must say, there's no engines. We do not have an engine that can assist us, because engines don't know how the
Yes.
dragons move. We never know who in fact has the advantage. It's all just a guessing game at the moment, but these players are phenomenal.
Yes, of course, of course. Well, since it's the World Championship of Paradigm Chess, of course.
Yeah. So
Yes.
let's see what these guys are thinking. Today they've castled early. In a lot of the other games, the kings were in the center, even with the files open, even with the D file, even with the E file open, we still had kings in the center. Today we have the kings castled, and they look fairly safe. I say fairly safe because I cannot for sure tell you how safe they are. So, but they look fairly safe, and I see Watu's got both his knights here on the king side already. So it will be interesting to see what he's up to, because of course he's going to be showing more aggression today. He doesn't have anything to lose. He just has to go all out. So that's going to be quite interesting. And of course his nickname here in South Africa is the Lion of Africa. So we hope we see him roar today.
Yes, that's a nice name. I don't know what it meant. I was also wondering, so thank you for telling us. Yes, and I see he's not really waiting to develop his pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, he started the attack immediately.
Yes. So we had Ben Hercules with us yesterday with commentary. He's also one of the top paradigm chess players, and his insight was that you've got to kind of treat your dragon bishops like you treat your queen. You don't bring it out too soon. Of course, you don't want to lose it. So in context, we have the dragon bishops that are actually worth 6 points. So we don't want to. I mean, it's worth more than a rook, so we don't want to lose them early. So essentially,
yes,
it's almost safe to say that your development is complete when your knights are out. So I think I don't know if we can say that Black's development is incomplete and he's just got to bring in his heavy pieces now, I suppose. So possibly that's why it's going so quick.
Yes. Okay.
But then also we got to see how he's going to do it, because White has enough pieces on the king side as well.
Yes, that's true. Are there any common strategies in Paradigm Chess 30?
Yeah, so we do have, like I say, we bring the knights out first, and then you kind of want to your pawn structure usually determines the freedom of your dragon bishops, and then the placement of the dragon bishops. And I've noticed with these more open games, and there's no fixed trend at the moment, because people play so differently, and I think that's what's so great, because the positions are shuffled. It allows for a lot of creativity, and there's no pre-prep, so you've got to kind of make your mind up on the board. But common strategies would be delaying the dragon bishop's development, and then usually they delay castling as well, because it's easier to construct an attack if you know where the king is. So yeah, I see a lot of delaying tactics, but then also a lot of direct things, like what's happening here today.
Yes, that makes sense, actually. Okay. And yes?
No, I'm saying usually we have Watu on the attack, and Min kind of trying to neutralize. Oh, I like your cute mug that you got there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So we usually do have Min on the defense, neutralizing the attack, and we can see in the scores that he's been quite successful in neutralizing the attack. So I'm not sure, sometimes when it is so quick it might be a little bit premature, but usually in the time scramble is where things happen, and I know Min is a master at bullet as well, so that is definitely in his favor.
Yes, I see, and he has 3 more minutes. So I suppose that's a that's some advantage over there.
Definitely. Playing with the dragon bishops with less than 10 seconds on the clock is not easy. So it's definitely definitely an
Yes,
advantage. Yeah.
yes, right. And Vam, I am new to this variant paradigm chess 30. Could you tell me more about it? Like how did the idea come
Yes. So
to create it?
yeah, so my dad, Lorenzo van Niekerk, he absolutely loves chess. Chess is his passion, his world, is everything. So, and when it in fact happened when COVID started, so we were, all in lockdown. We weren't able to do much, able to go anywhere, and he just loves inventing things. So he just decided, why don't we just like play around with the pieces? Like, what can we do? And he like calling my husband all the time. He barely speaks to me; he just speaks to my husband all the time about this variant that he wants to that he wants to create. And so initially they tried to combine just a normal bishop and a normal knight, but I think the board is too small for that kind of power. It just becomes too overwhelming. And then a while ago, we did play some Chinese chess as well. So he looked into those pieces, and then they started playing around with this the bishop and the horse movement that's combined. And then they found it was actually quite playable, and not just playable but exciting as well. So but then the problem was, we faced with this thing of the preparation just goes so deep. It depends on who's the most prepared on the day, and that will be they'll be victorious. And that's kind of something they want to eliminate. They also wanted to eliminate the possibility of drawing as well. So I think that was the main drive, because draws were so prevalent in your top tournaments. So they wanted to create a dynamic piece that, kind of, you don't want to exchange this piece for anything else. So all of a sudden you don't have simplified end games, and you're eliminating draws in that sense. And so they decided, okay, to just throw a spanner in the works so that there's not too much prep when engines do develop one day. Let's shuffle the positions as well. So you can never have preparation for 30 positions, every variation sorted out. I don't think at the moment we have somebody that's going to be able to do that. So that's the background of all of it. And then of course, getting it out to various players. We had various programs that we tried, and eventually we were able to get it onto chess.com, which is great. So now anybody and everybody is able to play it around the world on chess.com in the variant section. So anybody that wants to give it a go while they are watching the stream as well, you are able to go there to chess.com and just have a look at the variant.
Well, I will definitely try it. Not during our World Championship, but after, most likely. It sounds interesting, and also at first confusing. I mean, even though I am familiar with how the bishop moves, and with the rules, I would probably still need to switch my mind from normal chess to paradigm chess.
No, funny enough, some players are of course skeptical. They say, what if it like kind of messes with your thinking in normal chess, and you kind of you're like, okay, now I thought my bishop could go there, but it can't because it's a normal bishop. But I must say, for my normal chess, playing paradigm chess has made me more aware of different ideas and strategies, because I'm not so focused on what already exists. So it kind of helps me open my mind a little bit more, and it also helps me, see the aggression in certain positions a little easier, because if you are going to wait with in this variant, you can be squeezed slowly, or you can be attacked quickly. So there's a lot always going on here. So I must say it's helped with the awareness a lot, playing this variant.
Okay, that's awesome. So I'm curious also what how it will help me and
Yeah.
in normal chess.
Yes, no, so
And
I've been trying to, if you explain it to somebody, it's like, okay, I hear you, but you have to actually play the variant to understand like how exciting it
mhm.
actually is. And then once you understand how the dragon bishops move, the kind of tactics that are on the board, I hope we have some in this game so I can show you. There's different kind of
Yes.
pins, like a dragon pin. Your mind is going to be blown when you see it. And then
Okay.
the dragon fork as well. There's just so much going on. I really hope we see those so I can show you.
Okay. Okay. Well, curious to see.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, I wish there was a way to see Watu's arrows too, or does he prefer not to
Yeah,
make any arrows in the?
no, he doesn't. As you can see, his hands are up up
Yes,
against his
yes.
face, and I was saying yesterday or last week that Min's composure is amazing. You cannot tell what's happening with him just sitting there. But if you're looking at Watu, his face and his body language, and you can see like when he comes up with an idea, or like he was unhappy with that move, or so he tells us a lot from his face. Min uses arrows, and Watu uses facial expression. So
Yes,
yeah.
okay. Well, it's good to have both kind of.
Yeah, so even if we have only one side analysis, I think it's okay. We can see at least what one of them is thinking.
Yes, yes, right.
Yeah, so as you can see there, when he points there, that's where the dragon bishops can jump. So the dragon bishops are quite free because he's got a lot of space. Min has a lot of space here behind his pawns. But of course, Watu is pushing up here on the king side. Definitely going to be asking Min some questions some point.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but I was wondering if such a pawn push doesn't limit the dragon bishop
I do
from.
feel that it could, yes, definitely. But perhaps if you move that knight on f4 at some point, and then I don't know, push through with that pawn going to f5, perhaps that is what Wat is hoping for. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But Min also has some plans of his own, it seems. He's
Yes.
also going to be countering you on the king side with his own plans, his own attacks. And that pawn that's advanced on e5 also does seem to be, blocking that bishop's somewhat.
Yes, that's true.
Because yesterday we had the bishops on that dark diagonal aiming at h2, and that was scary. It was
Mm-hmm. Yes, but what I realize now after watching this game, and well, of course it's obvious to the regular players, but it's really nice that in normal chess it's often a problem that the bishop stays on one color
oh
only.
yes.
Your bishop, but here the bishops can change color,
Yeah.
which is really nice. Yes, and
Definitely.
that makes it even a more interesting piece, because in normal chess, for example, it could be a problem to have opposite color bishops, even when you are a couple of pawns up.
Yes.
But here, no, you can just decide, no, okay, I won't do that, or even in closed positions, the bishops can jump, or well, not always jump, but
Yeah. They can
it,
maneuver.
it's easier. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I wanted to say.
Yes. And there's no such thing as a bad bishop anymore. Like you say, they can jump colors. So it's and
Yes,
and both of the bishops can now all of a sudden attack the same square. So
yes,
the amount of pieces that can actually attack a square increases. And although we've enhanced the bishop's power as a dragon bishop, in some instances the knight even becomes stronger because the knight can't be exchanged for a bishop anymore. You're not going to give that dragon up for a knight. So if the knight finds an outpost, the only one that can attack it and really cause threat would be another knight. So yeah,
Yes.
so that's also quite interesting when we do get those positions. Yeah, so I do have someone here in the chat looking to play on chess.com, and they look quite excited. Wandero Mellet and Werner Ruas is there helping us out, just letting players know that they can find out more on the Paradigm Chess 30 website. And even from the website, you are able to play now, and then you are going to be directed to the chess.com site.
In the meantime, I realized I could bring even more viewers here if I host your channel. I
Oh,
completely
wonderful.
forgot about that.
Okay,
So,
great.
I think so. I have never done it before, but I think I can do that.
That sounds like a great idea. I have no idea what you are doing, but I trust you. So let's see. Let me see if this is in a real time thinking this quick, or if I'm going to. Okay, so he was using quite a lot of time, because now Min is down to just under 4 minutes, and Watu's got about 6 minutes on the clock.
All right. Yes, that's actually funny that the times changed, because before what was
Yes.
long was in slight time disadvantage.
Yes. So I think that's what happens. Yes, so, it's not so straightforward always. So there are some moments you just have to use a little bit more time, and then to figure out what you want to do essentially. So again, like that knight there on f4, even if he drops back to, attack that knight is defended by a knight. So you're going to have to exchange a dragon for 2 knights essentially, I suppose, and I'm not too sure if that would be favorable in this. And at the moment, that dragon on e6 is in fact not defending the knight on f4 because of that pawn that's in the way. He can't jump, unfortunately.
Yes, right.
So Fru, I think because our Zoom call seems to be going to be ending in a few minutes, can I invite you again, and then we can pick up from there?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Although we do have some action, yeah. I think we have a few minutes before the meeting ends, and we can just so we don't miss anything.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So he did sacrifice that knight over there on g2, and of course in pushing that f5 pawn, and then let's see if he's got enough here on the king side, because both of his dragons can jump in, but the knights in front of the king seem to be holding up quite nicely.
Yes, I see. I wonder if it was worth it to sacrifice.
I'm not too sure. I see a follow-up, concrete follow-up, to be honest with you, but yeah, we're going to have to see. I'm not one of the top players in the world, so I can't always say oh, that was a strange move, and in fact it might have been normal for them. They might have not even thought too long about it, so it'll be quite interesting. But yeah, that knight going in check on h4, does it do much?
And what about something like dragon bishop to h3 check, and then queen to g4? Does that help? I don't know. Doesn't seem to be enough that much.
So that's quite an interesting move over there, because what if dragon goes to h3 now and the king is forced to go to g1, then you know, white's pieces does look like it's trapped a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yes, right.
And Min definitely is under more time pressure here today. Watu has 5.5 minutes left, and then Min has about 1.5 minutes left.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Right. That will. I suppose. Well, we discussed about psychology before.
Yes.
Before our meeting, and yes. So the psychology of this match is it seems like, you know, Watu has still he still has something to fight for.
Yes.
Which will make him, of course, fight harder and fight in this match more. By Dragon Min,
Yeah.
just his name is Dragon, and sometimes I call him Dragon. So Min doesn't have to fight so much in this match. So psychologically, isn't that a sacrifice too?
I would have taken back with a dragon for sure. I would have played
Yes,
dragon.
me too.
But king takes, that's quite risky. I was definitely imagining him to take back with a dragon.
Yes, but somewhere isn't that also a re-sacrifice? Because if he
Yes.
captures and the pawn captures on g3, the rook could have captured the dragon bishop.
Yes.
No? So maybe he didn't want to give that. Uh-huh. Wow.
Oh wow. See
It
what I mean? Things happen so quickly. It's like
Yes. Yes, I see. Oh, wow.
So at least we've got like 3 minutes left of the meeting. Hopefully we can see something happen in that time.
Yes. Although I think what has difficulty is bringing the queen closer.
Yes.
And well, in normal chess, queen is a very important attacker.
Yes.
So I suppose also here.
Yeah.
Yes, because well, the queen could. It would be useful if the queen could come to g3, but of course it's hard to teleport it there because I don't see the way there.
Yes.
It seems like everything is well defended.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't look like that.
Yeah,
way
the king is
at
so
first
open.
glance.
How is this, defended so well? Is there not even like a single check available on this board? But this king has no defense almost.
Yes, right.
So I do see, I was looking at that. So is that a dragon fork over there? Oh, so what happens if rook takes dragon, queen takes rook, dragon goes to f3, that would be check, right? And the queen and the king would be hanging. But in fact, the queen blocks the check by going to f2 because then he saves the queen, in fact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh my, wow.
Yeah, so that's why they didn't go for it. They did not miss a dragon fork. That dragon on f3 definitely would fork the king and the queen, but then of course the queen is able to block that over
Yes, right. Right. Wow, that's lucky. For a moment, I was surprised he didn't go for it, but now I understand why not. But still, wouldn't have been. I don't know, because well, the rook is an attacker right now, and I was just curious if it made sense to capture the dragon bishop on d2.
But also these dragons also seem to be defending quite well.
Yes.
Yeah. Because now I can bring the other dragon in as well.
Yes. And well, it's a fork again.
Yeah.
Different kind of fork.
Yeah, so this dragon is so flexible. Attacking the rook and the queen over there. Of course, the dragon is defending that rook, but yeah. So I think I'm going to have to re-invite you into this one, Prue, and then get back to watching this game because this is
Yes,
going to
sure,
be some
sure.
interesting stuff.
Yes, yes. Okay. I will come back then.
All right, so Fru will be joining us soon. So he actually went to checkmate him. Oh no, we lost it just before he checkmated. But yeah, so that was a queen take over there, and then he had that checkmate, inevitable checkmate over there. What an attack by Watu. Let's hear what the players have to say. My goodness, Watu! Well done on that one over there. Now we have you back today. Wow, that was amazing. That was great. Min, did you see that coming?
I mean, what do you mean?
No, just that did you think that attack on the king side was as strong as it proved to be?
Yeah, the king side attack came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was quick, eh?
I didn't expect knight g2. I mean, I didn't see that move at all.
Yeah, we were quite surprised, but we were, we know Watu now already, so we're like, okay, is that a possibility? Watu, is that something you saw immediately?
Yeah, that's my plan from the word go. I mean, that's what I was playing all the time.
So Watu, 10 moves earlier, you saw knight g2, but it wasn't ready yet.
No, look, after f5, I already have this concept of knight g2.
After f5, knight g2. We because myself and Lynch, we were looking at it and we were talking about knight g2. We just weren't sure if knight g2 was enough there. Then we sort of like forgot about the idea, carried on, and the next minute you go play knight takes g2, and Lynch is like, but you said that about 10 minutes ago. But I will say what was really impressive, and I think again we see the power of the Dragon Bishop here is, I mean, you took a few minutes to look at Queen takes Dragon Bishop, Rook G2's mate. We weren't even like considering. We were like, okay, what are we gonna do now? And you saw that. I mean, how do you train yourself to see that once the pawn is gone, that G2 square is open and it's mate? Like, how?
Well, no, but I, truth be told, I mean, I didn't see. Of course, I didn't see it immediately.
No.
But after Dragon G4, I just started to see. Okay, if I play, for example, Queen F7, he even has E6, and then. But the point is that I was thinking like in normal chess,
Yes.
when you have a good position, there are good moves. I was like, no, it's not possible. In my mind, I was like, it's not possible to defend this position only with one dragon. I mean, I have so all my pieces there, So then I start to look, and then I found the idea.
Unbelievable. Me, what this morning? A bit of a hangover from yesterday, maybe.
No.
Just Watu played really well in this game.
Yeah.
A man of few words. Yep, you played well. Do you think there was anything in the position you could have improved on? Do you think the mistake was maybe somewhere in the opening?
Yeah, I should focus more on the king safety.
Okay. So you just let your king get a little vulnerable there.
Yeah, I think I have a bad position usually because of king safety, so I need to improve on that.
Okay, coming from the champion, I've got to improve on my king safety. I don't know. I think maybe it's just one game, dude. Maybe I don't know. Anything you want to add to the game, Watu?
No, not really. I mean, it's so complicated, you know. I mean, one will know when it's definitely something. It's one of the games. I'll analyze all the games, but this one for sure, because it's just so complicated. Very interesting game.
You know, out of all the games we've played in this paradigm so far, I think game 1 we saw the power of the Dragon Bishop, and this game again we saw the power of the Dragon Bishop, like their true power. Funny that we say true power in the two games, but we must also take it that the two players that are playing are top players. So it's just like in a chess game, when you're playing against a top player, you're not going to get, you know, the beauty of the Dragon Bishop. But today and in the first round, we've seen the beauty of the Dragon Bishop. So, yeah, I don't know. I was blown away with Queen takes Dragon G4. I was blown away. I was like, what are you doing, Watu? Next thing, mate. I'm like, okay, that's what you're doing. It's okay. But yeah, very, very good game again. Yes, the margin of error in these games has been very, very minimal.
Yep.
I thought, I must admit, Ming, when I saw those pieces maneuvering, I was saying to Justin, any minute now, Ming's going to bring this back. He's going to frustrate Watu again and just hold him off like he's been doing the whole tournament. But not this time. Not this time. Watu was awake to the cause. All right, guys. So that brings the score to 4.5, 2.5. Are you guys ready for your last epic battle?